Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Milo. I was born clairvoyant, which means I don't use any tools to read. I am also a psychic and a medium. Today, I have to say this first. Congressman John Lewis is going to be laid to rest, and they are having his funeral, I believe in Atlanta, as we speak. So I'm sending my blessings to him and his family and keep him in our prayers. And the other, I know some of you have heard this, and I am sure some of you probably got angry, but don't let anger affect you. Don't get yourself upset to the point you become angry or anything like that because of anything that Trump does. This morning he tweeted that they should delay the election or something to that effect. Well, I'm sure all of you know the only body that can set or postpone or do anything with elections in this country is Congress. So that's number one. Trump can't do it. Bar, I feel intuitively, basically this guy intuitively when I focus on Barr after the other day, after he testified the other day, this guy is not feeling very good about himself and he's very angry. Oh my God. A couple of people really landed some major blows on Barr. And somebody mentioned yesterday, this person is a very bright woman. I forget her name. I'm sorry. But the reason why I'm bringing it up is because as I'm speaking to you, I tweeted that I didn't think he was very bright. And the woman said the same thing, that Barr did not make any eloquent, yes, I'm pronouncing eloquent rebuttal or anything that he said that had to do with the law. She was not impressed either. Me, I'm not saying she's not impressed because she's a lawyer too. Me, it's just intuitively, I don't feel this guy is very bright. I don't understand why he was ever Attorney General under Bush father. And under Trump, we know he picks flunkies in order for him to be able to control them. In any event, I feel Barr got defanged the other day because he's reaching a point where he's having enough of everyone asking for him to resign, being ridiculed. I mean, this whole thing is, there is an accumulation effect with Barr, with Trump as well. But Trump is a sociopath. So it affects Trump less than it does Barr, but there's a difference. But Trump is not feeling good about himself either because he thought he was going to be admired because of the position without having to do any work. By the way, that's not happening. That's not working out very well for him. So he's angry. Everything you can call it. Yes, all types of emotions, Trump is feeling it, and not the good ones either, okay? But I don't feel Barr nor Trump, they are trying to do something like that, or if they dreamt it, they put it in the back burner. Because I know Trump, and I've said it before he even mentioned this, a long time ago, his fantasy, intuitively I feel, was to be president for life and then pass the baton to his daughter and Kushner. So that dream is gone. So do not let Trump play with your minds. This is not going to happen. And I saw before I started somebody a little earlier, somebody mentioned about, are we going to be able to vote? Will it be okay? Yeah, we'll be able to vote and we will go vote. I have already bought I am looking for an N95 mask, but I have my KN95 just in case I don't find an N95, and I'm going to buy a face shield since by that time I'm either going to be, I'm not quite sure where I am going to be, but I will be voting. But my point is, yes, we will vote. No, it will not be postponed. And yes, Trump will leave the White House, whether he likes it or not. That's my prediction. I know a lot of you are still asking those type of questions, but it's not happening. And even Republicans, I know the base, when he goes out and start throwing red meat out, saying that, if you notice, he hasn't said that lately. He should have 8 more years or something to that effect. Right. Even with his Republican buddies, well, McConnell doesn't care because he doesn't have any ambition of becoming president. He feels like he's more powerful than a president in the position that he's in right now. But I feel like saying other Republicans, they would be up in arms, and they already resent the Trump family anyway. They're not saying it, they're not talking about it, but intuitively when I touch with them, they can't stand them. So, but those things will come out after Trump leaves office. And you know, the other day I mentioned about people coming down with COVID, and also we may lose some people. Today, Herman Cain, an avid Trump supporter, unfortunately, he passed this morning. And we will hear, unfortunately, more of those people. And intuitively, I feel he caught it when he went to that Trump rally in Tulsa. I don't understand this mentality. Like Gohmert yesterday now he's saying that, you know, he caught it from the mask. That's not true. Intuitively, I feel he didn't think he was going to catch it. He thought, like Trump, in some ways, they are above, they're better than everyone else. And so far, Trump has simply been lucky. But unfortunately, we will get a few more of those people who are calling COVID a hoax. If the next person I feel, because yesterday I saw him yelling while they were during the hearing between all the major tech companies and Congress, he was screaming because they asked him to wear his mask. That's another guy. If he's not careful, he may find himself at the wrong end of COVID. And that's not because he's arrogant or anything like that, but because, just like his other Republican brothers and sisters, he thinks it's a hoax. He knows that's not true, but they are taking chances. They know this thing is not a hoax. But these people are getting so carried away with their envy to on the libs, from what I understand, they call it, and to lie to their base. So they take risks hoping they're going to be okay. A lot of them, that's what they're doing. Gohmert required that the people who work in his office come to work, physically be in the office, and if you wear a mask, they ridicule you. It was on Twitter, I believe it was in Politico, exactly, on Politico as well. So unfortunately, we're going to hear about more of those people. But like I have been saying, that's how their base will, you know, every time one of those guys fall, intuitively I feel their base are going to say, They're basically going to say, uh-oh, if it happens to him, it can happen to me too. And they will conform and listen to the guidelines. But some of them are still taking chances, and it will backfire. Unfortunately, they may take other people with them. But something, the blood is in Trump's hands, and McConnell and other leaders in the Senate who gave Trump a pass during the impeachment. But I feel intuitively McConnell is feeling the weight of this moment. So that's why I feel like I have said before, Trump is going to make certain demands that McConnell is not going to agree with, and it's going to cause a rift between those two men. And yes, I will have my popcorn and watch them duke it out. It will be fun to watch. And I know also a lot of you are probably thinking about Portland. The governor said the troops should be Trump Secret Service. They're going to be pulled out either today or tomorrow, someplace to a different location. And some people are concerned that it's not true, or they're not going to go anywhere. Those guys are going to go. They are intuitively, I don't feel they are in good spirit. Some of them are beginning to get scared because they don't know what the ramification of some of their, basically the way they abuse people, what's going to happen to them legally. They have a lot of concern. And Diane Taro and I, we were talking about the other day, Monday, what type of people they selected to be part of that team. And I read on Twitter, thank you very much, Christopher Wagner, for your generosity in the super chat. I really appreciate it. I read on Twitter that those guys were handpicked. Some of them, like I said, are habitual abusers. They, like I explained, people, those with emotional issues who grew up in dysfunctional homes and were abused. Not all, but some tend to continue the cycle. And it feels like to me, well, according to the newspapers, I was right. They made sure to pick those guys to take part in that team. Well, now they are scared. And they should be scared because the violence they perpetrated on some of those protesters will come back to bite. But they will be pulled out, regardless, dragging their feet, whatever they do. Trump was given an off-ramp. His poll numbers did not rise. If anything, he's being bashed on Twitter and public. His poll numbers keep dropping. Intuitively, I feel they know this is a lose-lose situation, so they're gonna they'll pull out. And Barnos also, after testifying in front of Congress, I feel some people in Congress really drove the point home to him because, these guys, they are bullies, him and Trump. So some people at DOJ or the people who are around Barr are, yes, men as well. So they don't let them know when they're doing something or something what can go wrong. But him going to Congress the other day really was an eye opener. If you watch him, and I said that before, I would be surprised if he stayed for the entire whatever number of hours he was supposed to be in front of Congress. I was surprised he didn't walk out. But yeah, a few congressmen and women got to him. So Barnos, that incursion into Portland, and now they're thinking about sending him in other places. No. And you know something? I said there is potential for this thing to spark a national protest. I read yesterday, I almost forgot about it until now. I'm being shown Jesse Jackson. Jesse Jackson wrote, I believe it's in the Washington Post, that if they send them to Chicago, him and a number of other clergies will get together and march peacefully against those people. Let me tell you something, guys. Intuitively, I don't feel Trump is going to take that chance. No bar. I wish they would. I'm sorry. This is the the reason why I'm saying I wish they would, because it would spark a protest, a national protest. That's the mischievous side of me that said I wish they would, because it would accelerate the Trump's departure from office, because people wouldn't let go. And people are still protesting all over the country, but not to the same intensity they were either a month or 2 months ago. I don't recall exactly when the whole thing started. Okay. So it wouldn't take long for a whole bunch of people, if anything was, if Trump were to send people in Chicago, among other places, they say they're going to do it. I don't think so. But the mischievous side of me said, I wish they would. But I think they know. And to it, if it's not, I know Barr knows. They are sitting on a powder keg. And given the mood of the country, if he were to do that, that would be a sure ticket to jail. Right now, there's potential jail for him, because I feel his testimony in front of Congress the other day will be scrutinized, and if he made any errors, among other things he has done, he will have legal issues. So now it's only a potential. If he doesn't, let's say, for example, if they indict him for something, so he can roll the dice. But if he were able to, if they pulled the same thing they pulled on Lafayette Square nationally, Barr is going to have problems, and he knows it would be a fast ticket for Trump to leave, and he does not want to leave that job yet. It's a cushy job. It's not only the money, but it's the power that comes along with it, some of the stuff that he can do. But guess what, guys? How many days left? 98, 97 to go. So, but I still feel I am not seeing Trump at the podium for Inauguration Day. So I don't know how this is going to happen. Maybe if he's able to survive September, after he loses, he may go home. Because right now, when I touch with Trump emotionally, I know when you see him, he's doing all that talk as if everything, he's in charge. No, it's only a facade. He knows, and you know what? The entire White House, the staff that is, I mean, Trump's people, I'm not talking the regular people who work for the government and they go there every day, until they don't want to be there anymore or something happened, they leave. The Trump people, there's a panic behind the scenes. And if we notice, and let me tell you, now Trump is campaigning as a racist, a second coming of George Wallace. To me, yesterday when I heard that, intuitively I felt like I have been saying, let Trump be Trump. It is a sign of desperation. Whereas I know, to me, Trump is the only proud person I've seen the only person I've seen, and the guy is a wealthy, I don't know if he's a billionaire, but he's wealthy, who's proud of being stupid. I've never seen anything like this before. People call you dumb and they tell you all your shortcomings. The guy doesn't even make an effort to change. I have never seen this before. So he's a proud dummy. And I don't feel he's going to change. They are desperate behind the scenes to see if he would do something right. Nothing. So, and everything they attempt to do behind the scenes or to try to change their poll numbers, not going to work. If anything, Trump every once in a while will make things worse, just like he did, the day before yesterday in his last supposedly COVID press conference. He was promoting hydrochloroquine again and that doctor. God. So he will keep doing these things because that's the way he is. For some reason, he's so used to lying to people, it feels like to me. And all his life, he's never had people stand up to him and call him out for really who he is and what he is. He has no clue how to handle this and too dumb to allow others to help him. The guy has been doing this for 3.5 years. He still hasn't learned. Intuitively, I feel when I touch with him. Nothing, you guys. Some people, you call them stupid, they said, you know what, I'm going to prove you wrong. I'm going to study, I'm going to do this, they're going to learn. This guy doesn't have nothing, no motivation to do anything. I mean, it feels like to me like his niece said his father, the way they treated him, obviously he has no confidence in himself. He was even complaining the other day about Dr. Fauci being more popular than he is. People don't like him. The guy's president, and that's what these petty little things he's thinking about. But my point is, nothing people behind the scenes helping Trump are going to be able to do to improve his poll numbers or his standing when it comes to re-election. There's only one way. Cheating and stealing. And I'm not quite sure that's going to work out this time. Okay. Somebody asked me, answer some questions that a couple of people posted on the bulletin board. Well, comment board, I'm sorry. Somebody asked me, what am I getting from Pence? Pence is just going along. He's going along And it feels like his buddies in Congress and in the Senate are saying to him, just like they do for Trump. But Trump is smarter than, but Pence is smarter than Trump. So, and you know what? Why not? The guy is vice president. Why does he care? You know, he's doing the best he can to stay out of having problems when this is over, legal problems when this is over. But no, I don't see Trump, I don't see Pence doing anything behind the scene, affecting anything. I mean, we still have kids in cages, guys. And he's going out lying for Trump. So he just lays low, travel, and carry the boss's messages around and lie whenever he has to. And I don't see that changing unless Trump decides either around September or between now and September, I should say, or after the election, Pence may become president for a couple of days, maybe a month or something like that, until Inauguration Day. But I feel like saying action will be taken once the election is over, Biden is president. They will start placing limits on what Trump can do because they know he's a disaster, to prevent him from causing more issues. Thank you very much, SG, for your generosity and the super chat, and Sajin Gia. Thank you very much. I really appreciate the super chat and the generosity. Thank you very much. So, don't worry, people. Hang in there. That's what I feel like saying. Okay. Pence is just Pence. Okay. Let me answer some more questions. Let's see. Will Trump, Susie Bell is asking, will Trump get the GOP nomination? Oh, yeah. They're not going to nominate anyone else. Herman Pence. Or if that was part of the question the person asked me, will Pence be vice president again? Yeah. Some people were talking about Nikki Haley and all of that. Yeah. She wants to be president, too. It's going to be very interesting when this woman decide to run for president. Oh my God, what a blow! Just like Sarah Palin? I mean, I'm not saying she's as dumb, but she's going to be treated the same way because this woman should have stayed out of Trump's way. Don't get involved. She's going out tweeting and defending Trump. That is not going to bode well for her in the future. Anyone who wants to have anything to do with the Republican Party, the future Republican Party, better stay out of defending Trump, regardless, even if it's something as simple as a paperclip. Did you bend the paperclip or something? Don't go out and defend Trump because it's going to come back to bite. I've seen online some people are saying Trumpism is going to be with us for a while. I don't think so. Intuitively, I feel the people who are defending Trump right now are done when it comes to politics. And people who worked for Trump forget anyone of value or, who considers themselves presidential material or want to move up on the ladder. Nobody's going to touch those people, intuitively, I feel. So I don't understand what Nikki Haley's, what she thinks. I thought these people, she was governor of somewhere. I don't remember where. I think North Carolina. I don't know what she's thinking, but I would be, it would be interesting to watch whenever she decides to pose her candidature. I'll be watching and laughing. How she's going to be ridiculed. Okay. Sharon Friedman says, Mino, there is a Netflix movie on Trump. I invite you to watch it. One of my takeaways from the movie is that Trump got his training of how he operates from Roy Cohn. Yeah, research Roy Cohn. Oh, no, I've heard about, Roy Cohn was still alive when in 1971. I don't remember what year he died. But Roy Cohn was still around in 1971. I heard about him, yeah. I don't remember Trump that early. I'm not quite sure. Yes, that was during Nixon's impeachment. I was here. I remember Roy Cohn, but at that time, I don't remember Trump. Trump wasn't, at least I didn't know. Maybe he was, but I couldn't speak English well at that time, 71, so... he probably was on TV, but Roy Cohn, yes, I remember. So yeah, I know he learned all his tricks, from those guys, but it's not going to help him. Putin put him where he is at. Putin will pay the price for this transgression as well. So Putin has a major debt. When this is over as well. So, and yes, he'll pay. Okay. Thank you, Electra Storm, for reminding us. Please, everyone, hit the thumbs up. I would appreciate it. YouTube looks at that. That's one of the data points YouTube looks at to position my videos. So please hit the thumbs up. Oh, my God. Okay, everyone. Thank you, Greeter. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Cappy's mom. Thank you, Pat, Noel, everyone who helped me. I really appreciate it. And if we have major breaking news later, I'll come back and give you my intuitive impressions. Otherwise, I'll be back tomorrow. If you would like a reading from me, the link to my video is my website is below the video, or you can send me an email. I will. We can, set up a date where we can talk. The address of my website is psychicmilu.com, or my email address is psychicmilu@aol.com. Again, thank you everyone for spending some time with me. Till tomorrow. Bye.